Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, press the like button. If you like them even more, please subscribe. How's everybody doing this lovely Friday? Years ago when I was a kid, I used to look forward to Fridays because on telly was Crackerjack. Now Friday is any other day to me. When you're a kid, everything is exciting. Children's programs, you know, going to see your gran. Everything's exciting when you're a kid and you believe in Father Christmas and everything. I used to absolutely adore Christmas. My gran used to decorate 2 trees. She used to put little toys on the trees. And Christmas I used to absolutely adore and love. To a certain extent I still do. But when you grow up, things change dramatically. Anyway guys, so I got up this morning, I've dragged myself up, made myself get up when I feel terrible. I've made myself a lovely cup of Nescafe coffee in this cup here. Try and make sure I have some sort of breakfast, whether it's a cereal bar or a bowl of cereal. I've ditched the bananas for the moment. I sort my cats out, I sort my dog out. Usually the cat and the dogs, they make mess, don't they? Anyone that's got a cat and a dog, even a cat makes a load of mess. Clean that up, sorted myself out, and here I am now, sat here. When you're on your own, it does get a bit of monotonous, it does get tedious, and anyone would say it gets a bit samey. I'm not going to say the word lonely because I'm not lonely. I've got Max. I don't need somebody. You can be in a room full of people and still be lonely because they're all ignoring you. And I think, when you've been invited to an event or a party and you go, but everyone doesn't speak to you, they totally ignore you and you're just left sat there with your drink in the corner, that can be more lonely than being on your own, and that can feel worse than being on your own. So I'm happy as I am, right? Last night around 7 o'clock-ish, and it's starting to get dark early now, and when the clocks go back or forward, whatever they do, it's going to get even darker. And I don't like taking Max out in the dark, but there you go, it's something that has to be done. So I went out around 7 o'clock-ish, fairly quiet. There were people about, rather there were people about than nobody at all, because that's completely scary. Like in 2008, around the Chatham Library area, 11 o'clock in the morning, it was like a ghost town. Don't like it when it's too quiet. So I walked around the Rochester Riverside, slowly taking Max for a walk, and got past the Co-op and Costa Coffee, went onto the field, and there was a fair few people walking their dogs. But I managed to take Max out for a walk, and there really wasn't much of a problem. I've changed my haircut. Well, I've changed my hair. I've got all the dye out of it. It's its natural colour, and I'm happy with it. And you know what? I was a fan of Jackass, and so were my boys years ago. Jackass, Steve-O, and Johnny Knoxville. And people in their 20s will realise when they get to my age, 50, all the people that are pop stars now in their 20s, when they get to 50, they're star idols will be in their 60s, 50s and 60s themselves. So it's a circle. It's a circle of life, isn't it? So people I listened to in the 80s and 90s are now in their late 40s, their 50s and 60s. So I watched Jackass with Steve-O and Johnny Knoxville, and Johnny Knoxville had dark brown hair. Then when I looked on YouTube yesterday, just browsing, Johnny Knoxville came up and he was all spiked up hair and glasses, and his hair was grey, and he'd admitted to dyeing his hair for 20 years. So this is my natural hair colour. So I don't know when I started going grey, because I was dyeing my hair before it was even grey. So I dyed my hair black when I came down to Chatham when I was about 39, and I dyed it before then, so I never knew when I went grey, because I'd always been dyeing it anyway. So this is my natural hair colour. And you know, I've gone on to some other women who've transitioned from going from their natural colour that is now grey. So they've transitioned. And I was looking last night at some comments that they call grey-haired ladies. Now, not all of us are old age pensioners. People start going grey in their late 30s, I would say. Some even earlier. My ex-husband went grey when he was 29. But women mainly get called old, granny and witch. So grey-haired women get called grannies, old ladies and witches. And this one woman was saying, she said, well, I am a granny. So that's true. Old, yeah, I might have grey hair, but I don't feel old. I'm not that old. And a witch, sitting round a meal, and one woman was whispering, that woman looks like a witch. So I thought I got it bad. I mean, fancy sitting round a dinner table in a restaurant and hearing someone calling you a witch. I mean, I'd have stood up and got really cross if it was me, but not now. A few months back I would have. I've calmed myself down a lot now, because people aren't worth it. And as one woman said, it's your life and what surrounds you. People outside don't matter. They're not in your circle of friends. They're not in your family. What they think is irrelevant, which is true. It's what your family and your friends think that matter, not what people outside you've never met. And they won't remember you. They might, on the off chance, say, oh, that woman looks like a witch, but it'll go out in their memories. These bullies have got short-term memories. Short-term memories, they look and call someone names, and then they've forgotten about you. And half the time they've been smoking something that's made them funny. Because drugs make people angry and say things they don't mean. Like my ex, who said I love you under the influence of alcohol and drugs, and when he was sober he treated me like a sack of shit. That is the truth. As I was coming back home last night, there was a woman. I didn't turn my back to see what was going on. She was obviously sat in a car where my son usually parks to take me home, and she was obviously singing to her baby. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O, with an oink oink here and an oink oink there, here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Now that was going on behind my back about 7:45, coming home from the field in the dark while I was walking around the Rochester Riverside office to come home to my flat. That is what was being sung behind my back. So I walked around the back of the flats into my flat. The lift is still not working. 3 days now, not working. It's not working this morning. They're Jackson's lift engineers. Their number is inside the lift. However, for me, I've got no phone credit, so I can't call them. But I'm sure the cleaners, who must have noticed by now that the lift isn't working, because they usually come up the stairs with their Henry Hoovers, their red and black Henry Hoovers, to hoover the carpets. So somebody else must have a phone that can ring Jackson's lifts, which are based in London, I believe. Because I can't do it. My mum has rung me this morning, Jennifer. Again, Genestra, not Crystal, Genestra. I'm just giving you a morning call, she said. A morning call to you, Genestra, from Jennifer's landline phone. I haven't got a landline phone. So Jennifer is ringing me, Genestra, from a landline phone to wish me to have a good morning. A good morning. She really likes to listen to my voice, and she really will enjoy seeing me on Tuesday. Really. It's not sarcastic at all. So she really likes hearing from me on the phone, and she's really looking forward to seeing me, her daughter, on Tuesday. Beforehand, I'd got a message on Facebook dating from a Mark, not the Mark that met me by the co-op, another Mark from Ramsgate, who said he's just moved to Ramsgate, just moved there recently. And what do I think of Mark's profile? I had to block somebody yesterday for telling lies. Absolutely the same person. You block them and they appear at... I don't smoke. This is a cough. I had to block them because you block them and then they reappear as somebody else. Kisses, kisses, kisses. What would you like me to do to you? Would you like me to hug and kiss you? And then I blocked them last night. Then they appeared as somebody else. And now this morning they're Mark. What do you think of my profile? Well, you know, when I don't really want to meet anybody anyway, because you don't know. They could be some maniac. I've been married. I was married for 18 years. I've had a relationship. I've had 4 beautiful kids. I've been lucky. Some people can't have children. Right? I'm lucky with what I've had. I've been through shit, but I've come out the other end of it, and now I'm just going to get on with being myself by myself. Alexa, what's the time, please?
It's 8:32 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Friday the 23rd of September.
Alexa, what's the weather like?
In Rochester, it's 13 degrees Celsius with showers. Today, you can expect rainy weather, with a high of 17 degrees and a low of 10 degrees.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
Why did the football pitch become a triangle? Because someone took a corner.
Right, guys. Have a lovely Friday. Have a lovely weekend. And trust your judgment in things, what you think, what you want to do, because other people are usually wrong. See you later.